Answer them all together. So, question 1. How many still juniors were there? Go on, check all together.
7. But Gohan killed him. Yeah, 7, but Gohan killed him.
Why didn't Krillin kill Vegeta during the Saiyan saga? Yeah, Goku told me that. When was Gohan's first time turning Super Saiyan 2?
Time chamber.
Hyperbolic time chamber. No, I didn't master it. We're not going to go into mastery, are we? Come on. That's Dragon Ball Super. Let's not go there. Question 3. When was the first time... Oh, no, sorry. Question 4, sorry. Question 4. Who was the one to beat Hit in Universe 6 versus Universe 7 tournament?
Monica.
That was funny. Question 5. Who was in control of Majin Vegeta's mind?
Barbie.
Wrong.
Vegeta.
Trick question that one was. Question 6. Name 3 gods of destruction.
Beerus.
1. What was the other? Belmont. 2. Champa. Someone say Jiren. I would also accept it. Here we go. This is where I'm pronouncing it wrong now. Einwin, Hellas, Moscow, Quitella, Arak, Champa, Beerus, Liqueur, Sidra, Roshumi, Belmont, and Genie. Try and read that one from. That's going to be fun. Topo.
No. He's in training.
Yeah, he's in training.
In line.
He said he's not moving. What kind of food did Boo say? The boring stuff.
Cookie.
Or biscuit? Cookie or biscuit? Lord Beerus in an alternate timeline was killed, but how?
Supreme Kai.
What?
Supreme Kai, that was it. Him being killed kills Beerus. Have I just spoiled again? Sorry. How many androids were in the Trunks future? And what were the androids for? Really easy, isn't it? 17 and 18. Not even hardly, is it? Question 10. What was the reason Trunks came back to the past?
Everyone's dead. To save the future.
Everything went to shit.
It is to stop Goku from having a heart attack. Can anyone name the name of Goku's gi that he fights against Frieza? He's currently wearing it now. What is it called? Oh. The Go, also known as the Sun family. Orange, yeah, that works.
Gold and yellow.
Sitting down to about 4 or 5 minutes. Okay. Here we go, this will probably spoil a few people. Who attained the Limit Breaker confirmed by Dragon Ball Heroes in the Dragon Ball Super? No, it's not Goku, I'll say it now. There we go, it's Vegeta.
Oh, yeah.
And it was confirmed as well. Okay. What is Goku's new form in Dragon Ball Super?
Ultra Instinct.
Mastered. Ultra
Old man Goku's also. Okay, name 4 Pride Troopers.
Topo, Ditso, Jiren, and...
Jiren, Dispo. Go on, here we go. See Topo. Name 4.
That rock guy. 4.
Someone's just say Sleepy, Dopey, and Grumpy. I mean, that's close. Not quite give you that. It's Topo, Dopey, and Jiren, Grumpy. Dispo, Sleepy. So I would have accepted Jiren, Dispo, Carousel, Coco, Ruan, Topo, Zoiray, Kettle, and Kochi. I probably pronounced half of the wrong. And last but not least, how many times has the Earth been destroyed, including Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, and Dragon Ball GT?
3.
Not 3? 4 is correct. And that's the end of the quiz. I will just check if the guests are ready, and we'll be able to get this on the way.
It's on. Hi.
There you go. Bye.
I don't know if I'm supposed to take this guy's mic or not, but... Oh, cool. What are we doing? You'll never find it. It's over in Fulton Towers down the street.
Oh dear.
Is this a Dragon Ball panel? Until Linda gets here, we will discuss string theory.
I believe string is actually a thing, it's not theory. I've proven it many
I've
times.
seen string, he's right.
Have him removed.
That's true, strings aren't real.
Let's talk about yarn theory.
I have people who do that for me at home. I never go into my own yard.
Yarn theory. String theory goes right into yarn theory. Yarn theory is right out.
I like yard theory.
Yard theory. I believe there's a yard out there. But that's just my hypothesis. We'll do an experiment where we go outside and see if there's a yard. Yay. If you don't understand us, it's because we're from America. We don't understand this.
Get out
Land of
here,
Trump. Any Trump supporters in the room? By the way? You do not worship our grand orange overlord? But all the Dragon Ball people should. Look at the orange in here.
He's a potato.
Hello. Now we are a complete family.
Should we introduce ourselves?
A little mini family.
Well, I mean, I know there's posters behind us, but should we introduce ourselves?
I have that in a white chair. I can tell you to play. I have glasses on.
I can't see.
My name is...
Doncaster Miracle.
I'm Monica. Hi! I'm assuming that you guys know what we do, so I'm just going to sit there.
I'm Sean Schimmel. No, I wouldn't do that to you. I'm Eric Vale, and I play bass.
That's it.
I'm Chris Savitt. And I play Sean Schimmel.
I'm Linda Young. Good to see you all.
That's
Okay, fun time. Hi guys, I'm Stephanie Nadolny. So good to be here. Thank you.
So is this a Q&A? Is that what's happening here?
You're asking us the questions.
Oh no, it's not. Once you get a mic in front of us, it's like you're gonna just like pulling teeth. No. Come on, this is yours.
Is there a format for this? No. Oh, there's not?
Sorry,
idiots!
So you're our MC, but you gave us the mic, so he's retired. Okay.
All right, so this one that's pointing at the audience? Oh, they don't need that mic. We'll take it. Okay, who's got the first question? Somebody from the back of the room. From the back of the room. That guy. Ask a question.
Do you know where Wales is?
See, we can hear him fine. Those things that swim in the ocean.
Yeah, so they're giants.
Right? Of course I know.
Yeah, we need.
All right, I played Koro Sensei. So I'm going to tell you right now, if you do not ask a question, in my class we start here. He has to ask a question, he has to ask a question, he has a question. Everyone has to ask a question. So if you feel sorry for shy people and you feel heroic, raise your hand now and ask a question.
You.
I have a good answer for this. I am a grown-up. The idea that the 43-year-old man who has a 25-year-old kid in grad school and an 11-year-old special needs child and a very wonderful wife at home with also a special needs dog and the best cat on earth, and I work full-time and I have to travel around the world, that I would take any of my time to go, which character in that anime would look super hot with another character? Dude, I'm worried about paying my mortgage.
That being said, I'm a 53-year-old grandfather, and I ship present Mike with Yuri Kotsky from Yuri on Ice.
I don't think that's how it works. I've never thought about Suyu shipping anyone. I mean, there's already enough vulgar comments because she's a frog girl and she's got a really long tongue. I don't really need to go into the shipping.
I may have just changed my mind. Me too, actually.
So I don't know.
We have any other questions about long tongues? Yeah.
Shush!
It's a little warm.
It was good. It was about time, you know, because everybody else been working on the show, and truth be told, like it's not like anyone ever came to me and said, "Hey, you're going to be playing Future Trunks again." In fact, no one ever said that. Ever. What happened was they started working on Super, and everyone's like, "Hey, Eric, Trunks comes back in Super." I was like, "Oh, cool." And then like a few years later, my agent calls and she's like, "They need you for 4 hours on Dragon Ball Super." Oh, so I guess we're starting. Okay. All right. Thanks for all the fanfare, guys. And then I ran into a problem at Funimation because I don't understand like marketing stuff up at Funimation. It's not my job. My job's as an actor. But the marketing department at Funimation had an issue because they had a plan to announce me as coming back to play Future Trunks on Super, and then Toonami, I guess what they called scooped them and made their own trailer announcing me before Funimation had a chance to. So Funimation just didn't bother, and I was out of town and I didn't know what was going on, and I'm like, what's happening here? So it was really lackluster, you know? So to compensate for that, I go to conventions and talk to you guys who make me feel a whole lot better about it.
They didn't announce that Krillin was going to be back.
We drop bombs all the time. Constantly.
The problem is we drop so many bombs like every day, we can't remember them because it's just life. You remember any of your bombs? No. I can't. You guys remember bombs you've
I
dropped?
never do any.
What?
At least not on purpose.
You do all the time.
I do them all the time, but I don't remember it.
I can't even remember what you did when I directed you, but they were good.
They're funny. Oh, you should have been there. It was great.
You should have been there. It was great.
There was one in Super where my character, when he comes, I don't know when, but he goes back into the future and he finds Mai, and he it's the animation in that show's like weird sometimes. Like it doesn't make sense. Like Trunks is running towards Mai, like to say, "Finally, I see you again," or whatever. And he trips on the way and just keeps talking. And I'm like, And so I rewrote the whole line about Trunks talking to Mai about how, hey, did you check out how I just tripped back there? That was crazy, right? Oh, it's good to see you again. Okay, great. So it's stuff like that where you just kind of make fun of the animation a little bit.
Savage is usually, he's the last guy to record, usually because he's so busy. But he lucks out because by the time he records, everybody's already in there, and then he gets to like put in jokes that we didn't even realize were coming, like the whole oh yeah, let's go see Yamcha line. Like that was totally Savage. That was not a script.
That's a whole different topic, though, just ad-libbing that sticks with a script. Whoa. Whoa. Yeah. Can we get water? Is anyone getting water
To be fair, that is mostly backwards.
Okay.
Borrow it.
I have to return it? I've got this much left. You can have that much. I want from here to here.
He'll return it in about 4 hours, and it'll be a little yellow.
Nothing can be all yellow. Any other questions? How about you in the front row?
None. None at all. I've been called in the same day where they're like, hey, we need you here by 3 p.m. or we're going to have to recast you. Like, well then, you're going to have to recast me. You know, so it's a really, really quick business.
Excuse me. Can I just get
Especially now with the simuldubs and stuff, you know, since Funimation does all these simuldubs, which if you guys don't know what that term means, I'm gonna pretend it's a guy. There's those bees. The simuldubs means that it's on air in Japan and 2 weeks later it is dubbed and up on Funimation's site. So the simuldubs, that means we have no clue. Like literally, they'll just say, hey, come in for 4 hours, and if you can't do it every week, then we're gonna have to use somebody else, so yay.
Yeah, with YouTube and stuff, we've been able to see some bootleg stuff on certain shows. But back in the day, we had no clue. Like, sometimes we were writing anime from the Mexican version. Yeah, yeah, because that was the only version we could get, and we would get someone to translate it for us from Spanish. And yeah. So yeah, it's usually cold reading. So if you want to be voice actors, learn how to read cold.
Alright, who's next?
Be prepared. Oh, thank you. Okay, what line? Do you have any line you'd like to learn?
What did you say before you blew up Krillin?
Oh. Hey, didn't I say Pop goes the weasel?
Yes.
Pop goes the weasel.
I hated saying that. That was horrible.
What did I get? Mint infusion!
Wow. Oh, it's got fancy tops on it. Oh, we got it. That's how appropriate. Bloody orange.
As a good bouquet.
Aromatherapy.
It's rather lemony.
I know, there's a top on it. Fancy.
Yeah. Have you ever noticed how much like funk, like we don't have these little covers.
Yeah,
And
there's
it's in there, you gotta wash it because who knows
rat poop.
oops.
After you take a drink, do you put it back on to save it for later? Yeah.
Spoil.
So,
Barney Miller.
would you say that this panel ran off the rails when we started talking? Pick somebody.
Well, it's kind of weird because when we record individually. So I feel like the people that we have the best chemistry with are usually the people that we're actually friends with. For instance, if I'm doing a show and I know Eric is playing opposite me, well, I've known Eric such a long time and we're such good friends, I can automatically think about how he's going to read things. And so it just automatically makes the scene better. So for me, you know, people that I work the best with or I enjoy working opposite of the most are my friends. So I have a great time with these guys. Sabbath and I are opposite each other in so many things, which you would never think because he's got
Very deep voice.
but yeah, we play opposite each other in so many things. So yeah, anybody that I'm close friends with, like definitely Jamie, definitely Sabbath. What about you guys? Who's the people that you like working with
I'm the same way as Monica, you know, just because you're in the booth by yourself, you never really work with someone else. But when you hear that familiar voice, you know, doing another character, then it makes you feel more comfortable and you just do a better job. You know, just as if you were in the room acting with someone. But really you're all alone in the booth. Very sad.
It's funny to talk to Japanese voice actors because they're always so freaked out that we do it by ourselves.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, you're alone in a booth? What?
And also they don't understand English, so they don't know what we're saying.
Although, one Japanese businessman on tour at Funimation said to me, you know, in my country, you would be like a superstar with entourage. Here, not so much. But as far as people I like to work with, well, no one on this stage, but Ian Sinclair is definitely one of my favorite people to play off of. I'm sorry. But I had to tell you sometime.
Oh yeah, I mean anybody that you know you just as you're working with them, because I mean like you said you're by yourself, but like just different directors. My personal favorite was Chris Payson, but he's moved away. It's been a long time since I've worked with him. And then with my other part of my career, I'm a singer, so I like to work with my favorite musicians, which actually are like my friends as well. So I have my own band now, so those are my favorite people to work with. You know, because we just have this history, we've worked together for so many years, and you just, you know, you bond, and you blend, and you know, you sing together, and you're making this amazing, you know, music together, you know, it's all in the same moment, and so it's just magical. So, yeah, but this is great for us because we get to be together, and we're doing all of this in the same place at the same time. This is really fun for me. Some of these guys I've worked with for a long time, so I'm honored and blessed to be here. This is greatness. Thank you, you too. Much love. And we're all in England to be able to hang out together again.
Yeah. What do you enjoy most?
We're having our panel over here.
That was, just so you guys know, I think I just said the worst thing a human can say. And I'm not telling you.
What do you enjoy most about voice acting?
What?
What?
You know what I enjoy the most about voice acting? That you don't have to care how you look when you go to the booth. You can just wear your jeans and t-shirt and be real comfy. But also it's just playing other characters and just so quickly, like I do a lot of small characters now. They call me in for different things. I never know what I'm gonna do. So when I get there, it's just a surprise.
And it's just fun because it's so casual and relaxed. And sometimes I play a crazy old woman, and sometimes I play just, you know, a sweet old lady or whatever, and it's just fun. I guess I like everything about it.
The challenge, it's like, what are we going to do today? Show up, find out, dive in.
It's a lot of acting in the moment too, because it's when you voice act like for dubs, you're trying to match the mouth flaps of the screen. So it's like puppeteering, except that the screen is the puppeteer and you're the puppet. And you got to let yourself go and react to that screen and be totally in the moment. So it's a blast. It's a roller coaster ride. I'm the puppet.
What do I like the most about voice acting? Yeah, the sweet cash that just keeps rolling in. I bathe in 20s. That's right. I bathe in quarters. Right.
Pennies. Just kidding.
That's why you smell weird. I like being able to make a living doing what I love. And I'm fortunate enough that I do. I get to act all the time. But, you know, it's a job. It's like every other job. So sometimes I have good days, sometimes I have bad days. Sometimes it's slow, sometimes it's busy. But for the most part...
Sometimes he sleeps in the booth. I've seen that happen.
I have slept in the booth.
He's like, how long till we start? Oh, another 10 minutes. Okay.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I have a hard life. I had a friend of mine recently, I was talking to him about what my life is and what it's like and all this stuff. As I said a second ago, I'm a father of a special needs child. That's a challenge. We homeschool her, got a kid in grad school and all this other kind of stuff. And then I chose this freelance job, which has no security to it whatsoever as my career, so I get to do that. And this buddy of mine looks at me and he goes, man, when you were picking your life, you chose hard mode. Everything else is boring, man.
Yeah, I like the challenges. I like that, you know, depending on the day, even commercially too. Sometimes you go in and have no idea. They want you to be the mom. They want you to be the kid. They want you to... And Funimation especially, like, I think that there are days that I go in there and it's like, you go from booth to booth to booth and you're, okay, be this grandma. Okay, now I'll be this grandpa. Okay, now I'll be this cat. And I'll be this child. It's like, oh, okay, sure.
That's my favorite kind of days when you go to Funimation and you go from like 3 or 4 different booths and it's just 3 or 4 different, completely different characters. That's what's fun about it.
Get on a stage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, acting, however you can, you know. Community acting, church plays.
There's a guy named Sonny Eric in the States. He teaches voice acting. I recommend him highly.
That's popular public theater
for me. No, he's good.
Practice your voices, listen to them, record them, listen back, listen to how you sound. I've been recording my voice on a tape recorder since I was 8 years old, and I was obsessed with it. I had no idea I was going to be a voice actor someday. But you learn. Oh, what? Am I matching the box correctly?
This is a good time, as good as time as any to pimp my YouTube channel. I have a brand new YouTube channel where I'm talking about voice acting and tips and tricks and how to be a voice actor and all that kind of stuff. So that was actually my first video. So I was like, hey, for all the people that want to know. So I don't have a spiffy new name yet because it's really brand new, but if you look up my name on YouTube, I'm sure it'll pop up.
I have one tip that I think helps a lot. Is if you just turn on the TV and you turn on, or the, what do you call it here? But
TV, yeah.
Just turn on the TV and listen to whatever program you like, and just right after they say the line, say it right after. And just keep doing that. Hear a line, say it right after, and just keep saying each line, and you'll pretty soon you'll be like, yeah, it works.
Well, what Eric was saying too, if you get a lot of theater training, most of our best actors come from the theater. So, because when you're in a booth, you don't have an audience, right? But if you have years of theater training, you know how to say something to get a reaction out of people. And that comes in really handy when you're just you and the director who's trying not to laugh. So it doesn't really take.
And you know how to become a character.
That's true too. You know how to immerse yourself.
That's what.
Can I immerse myself into you?
Alright, who's next? Go in the back.
Me.
No, the other guy standing up with his hand in the air.
If you had any opportunity to be a villain from Dragon Ball, who would it be? And Linda, you can't say Frieza.
Villain.
Vegeta.
Yeah.
He's an anti-hero.
No, he's not.
Somebody's got some daddy issues.
I'd be Boo. I'd be Boo.
I have to agree. I think Boo is like the winner because he gets to eat all the sweet treats and turn people.
And you get to talk like the Pillsbury Doughboy.
That's fun.
Hard for me to be a villain though, because I always want to be nice. Because that would be a challenge, you know. I know when I was in plays growing up, I remember the theater, I was in Sleeping Beauty, and then the next year they did Alice in Wonderland, and they were like, you are going to go from Sleeping Beauty to Alice in Wonderland, and you're going to be the Queen of Hearts. We're going to force you to learn how to be mean. So I had to be the Queen of Hearts. Oh, for that! You know, it was so hard, but it's a challenge. So.
Oh, talking about forcing to be mean, when I first started doing Frieza, Chris Sabat said I wasn't mean enough, you know? Chris, yeah, he says you just need to be meaner, and he knew I was going through a terrible divorce, and he said, just picture everyone that you're fighting as your ex-husband. So I started doing that, and I started getting meaner and meaner, and plus it was therapy. That was really great.
Get it all out. Your
What's happening
system.
is therapy.
It is?
Yeah, you do a lot of screaming. Primal scream therapy for Dragon Ball Z. And One Piece.
So Sonny asked if I'd scream alive with my character in One Piece, and I play Sanji in One Piece. And the problem with Sanji, lately especially, is that he doesn't not scream.
Right.
It's everything is screamed constantly, and it's all dialogue scream. And like, so it's different. Like you scream as Trunks through a power-up or something, and it's you know, that kind of stuff. And that's not actually that difficult because it's just noise, right? But when you have to verbalize things through a scream, it's exhausting. I come home at the end of a Sanji session way more tired than after a Dragon Ball session.